I packed up a U-Haul when I was 22. I drove to California with the U-Haul and all my stuff in it with my girlfriend, and she didn't talk to me the entire way. I remember one part when the U-Haul broke down in the mountains of Wyoming and Utah, and I call it my aha moment. You had to call the emergency roadside assistance for U-Haul, and I pulled out my flip phone and climbed up on the mountain to get reception. And I'm standing there on hold with the U-Haul in the middle of nowhere on the interstate, and I just remember saying, what the hell have I done? I'm broken down on the side of the interstate. I have $10,000 in my pocket. I don't know what I'm doing or what I've gotten myself into and how I'm going to pay for all this. And my girlfriend won't even talk to me. But it's worked out well because we're now married. I call that my aha moment because it finally sunk in, the journey that I've now embarked on with myself in a way, and what I had lied ahead, and that I have to find my way through this. And going back through what I've been through and growing up, really it says I can achieve this, I can get through this, I'm resilient, and I've been through a lot tougher things. It was tough growing up without a father. My dad left home when I was 3, and it was my older sister, my mom, and my Nana that really helped raise me. I remember I had a lot of anxiety when my first child was born because I was like, I don't know how to be a father.
I think the idea of family being so important is really ingrained in him from my parents and me, I mean, there were just the 3 of us, but it was the 3 of us. And I tried to get to every game, and I think he picked that up.
My oldest son has started to ask, why did your dad leave, and why wasn't he around, and how could he not come and watch you play hockey, Dad? My dad never saw me play hockey. My dad never saw me win a tennis tournament. And for me, with my job being as demanding as it is, I wanted to make sure I was there for all their sports.
Good job, bud.
No matter what, if I have to go back to work at night, I always try to get away and support them and take them to their practices and their games, and they're my life. When you have a tough day, or you come home, or your mind's somewhere else, it's everything they say to you that brings you back into that moment of purpose and what's most important, and that's your family, that's your kids, that's your wife. As a single parent, my mom had to work a lot to make sure that she could help pay for all my sister and I's activities and sports. I played basketball, volleyball, swimming, hockey, badminton, and tennis in high school. I thought it was a great way to get out of class. Upon graduation, I got hired, helped develop the first serve program for the Tennis Federation, and I was hired to go around the country and set up inner-city tennis programs. I was asked to go to San Quentin prison and start teaching a tennis program to the inmates. I remember going through 4 security checkpoints, and then I turned the corner, and there's this massive, call it like a school playground, and there was a baseball field, a basketball court, a volleyball court, and a horrible makeshift tennis court. The impact that those inmates had on me, and people chastised me for, why are you going in and help the inmates when there's so many people out in the community that need our help, that haven't done things wrong. And one inmate I told that story to, and he said, well, if you put a dog in a cage for many years and you open up the cage and put out your hand, is he gonna bite you or lick you? He said to me, he goes, I've felt like I'm in a cage, but you coming here on Saturdays and us playing tennis has released that for me and has made me a better person. I've also found my passions of education, sport, family, and the ability to make impact has really happened in my job here as an athletic director. One of the most impactful things that I've got to be a part of and lead as part of the department has been the She's Got Game initiative. I've always had a strong woman there, whether it be an unbelievable female mentor or boss, or my wife, my sister, my mom, or my Nana. I've always had strong women in my life to help grow and get me to where I am. I got to have an unbelievable experience of being a varsity athlete at Brock University. And my sister didn't get the same opportunity because they didn't have a women's team.
It's all about representation, it's all about funding, it's all about engagement, all of those sort of things that really help female athletes to just like hold them up and give them support. And it's so awesome to see Scott kind of headbanding it. That's just the type of person he is.
I think that's one of the things I'm most proud of, is changing the conversation, changing the game, changing policy, and having other schools seeing what we're doing and getting on board and being a part of that. My family is the happiest we've ever been to be here, and we hope to call Guelph home for a long time.